My name is George Muteti. I'm a pastor. I'm also the director of Kingdomsons Academy. That name is self-explanatory. It has two words, Kingdom and the Sons. So I just felt that it is time that we should have a school that is Christian-based, raising up sons in the kingdom of God. We are in Kenya, western part of Kenya, in a county called Kakamega, in a sub-county called Lugari, and we are in a place, small town called Kipkaren. Coming to the vision of the school, which is to become a competent-based model school in the region. That means there's need for a child to be rated in terms of competence, in terms of skills and talent. So I'm looking forward to having Kingdomsons Academy to be a school that is going to raise up children who are competent in their own talents and in their own gifts. The mission of the school is to provide an all-round knowledge that is able to mold an all-round person. That is just to back up the vision where we want to come up with knowledge that will be able to raise up a person who is able to be competent in terms of his talents and gifts, not outside his talents and gifts. And our motto is, do your best, let God do the rest. We have a prayer which says, thine kingdom come, thine will be done on earth. And we also have values like things like submission, things like accountability, things like honesty, faithfulness, all those values that you can be able to get from the Bible. Kingdomsons Academy began as a kindergarten around 2003 and as a primary school in 2007, where we had post-election clashes where tribes were fighting, and at the end of it all, so many families that ended up in refugee camps within our place. So what happened was, after they had come from the refugee camps, they could not be able to interact easily. So me being a pastor, the parents came and told me, you have been a professional teacher. By the way, I'm a teacher by profession. So they approached me and they told me, Pastor, we are afraid of handing over these children to any other school far away from where we are. Can you please begin a school? Our children will be safe in your hands. So with that heart of a pastor, I quickly bought the idea and I began the school straight away. And it wasn't very, very easy. In fact, I remember I was given a notice of 21 days to vacate the place because it was not worthy.
In 2008, my friend Edna Walter and I were visiting a friend in Nairobi on our way to Tanzania. During this brief stopover, we met Pastor George Muteti, who was visiting from Kipkaren River. Some months later, Pastor George contacted us to see if we could give him financial support as he'd started a school in some rather run-down premises in Kipkaren village.
I had 120 children, and most of them were vulnerable, as you know. Some of them that lost their parents, some of them they didn't have homes, as I told you.
We bought land eventually when the school was declared unfit, and we built a temporary tin classrooms, and eventually we have built a 2-storey brick building. I have been visited there in 2013. My friend Margie and I, we went over and officially opened the school, which had 12 classrooms, and since then I've been back in 2016 and 2019. Has seen tremendous growth with all the infrastructure that has been taking place at Kingdomsons. We have built dormitories, we've built ablution blocks, we've had 2 buses, we've built a kitchen, but I guess the prize of it all really is in the infrastructure, is the huge dining hall which has a stage and completely tiled, and is really a great place for community events. And just recently there has been a perimeter wall that has been built around the entire complex.
And we are performing well, I can be able to say, because we have very competent teachers who are not just only good in the classroom, but teachers who are born again, they are Christians. So they teach by example, they teach by what they do. And some of them are skilled in things like guiding and counseling, in games, football. Some of them are skilled in very many ways, training children how to sing and doing many other things.
But I think the greatest thing that we can give credit and thanks to are the dedicated teachers and staff who've worked tirelessly with the students from baby to grade 8. The students have been given great opportunity to excel in their education, but also have been given opportunity in sport, drama, poetry and life skills, which have enhanced their well-being and been given a well-rounded education.
Nilikuwa nasoma ilikuwa public na marks yenye nilikuwa napata ya juu sana, ilikuwa maybe 150, lakini nimekuja hapa na naweza pata kwa 250, naweza pata kwa more than 250 mingi yani. Sasa naona hii shule iko sawa sana, nasoma nipitaka naweza pata marks yenye zinanifurahisha.
Even in the kitchen, even the drivers, all of them, they are doing very good work because they understand the vision. It is providing an all-round knowledge to an all-round child. We've done several exams. Our performance, we began by being average. Now in this area, we are among the top 5, I can be able to say. Definitely, our performance has been very good, and that's why the school is attracting so many pupils to be able to come. We have boarders, and we also have those who come from home. We have a van that helps us to ferry them from home to this school, and we also have a boarding section where we have those ones who are not able to go to back home, or those, as I said, those vulnerable, those ones who are orphans, who don't have parents. We have them who stay around in this place.
Ilikuwa siku moja vile nilikuwa natafuta script zangu, kuja nikakutana na Apostle George Mteti, ndio akaniambia atakuja atanilipia school fees. Na nikakubali nikakuja. Kwenye hii shule nimekaa mwaka mmoja na miezi 4. Na nimeona hapa life ni nzuri sana kwa sababu unapata unakula au struggle when nilikuwa town, kutafuta script ndio kula hapana, nakula napata nafasi nicheza kwa na wenzangu, hata nifurahi, naweza kufua nguo, nikula, nikibu tena nilale bila kusumbukana.
Looking at the name Kingdomsons Academy, definitely that shows how the school is connected to the church. The church is called Kingdom Reformation Community Church. We are ever on Facebook. If you log in, you can be able to find us. That is the sponsoring church. I am also the founder of the church. So what I do is every Friday, I assign a pastor to come and address the pupils. Every Wednesday, we have guiding and counseling. I also assign a pastor to come and talk to the pupils. In the evening, at night also, we train the pupils to pray on their own. And we also incorporate the pupils even in our service. Some of them are very good singers. We raise up their talent as they come and join us on Sunday in the service, and they are given roles to play. They can be able to do ushering, others help in training the Sunday school, and others participate in the praise and worship. We've had so many testimonies of parents saying, I brought my child in this school, and this child is coming out of the school when he has known God, is born again, and it has just been wonderful to see the school impact the lives of the children. I decided by using the school to evangelize the community. So I began a football team, and I now began gathering the boys in the village who actually I knew they were idle. So I used my school football ground to gather the boys. They come play football. I sit with them. I talk to them. And as I'm talking like this, a very big fraction of the boys have changed, and some of them have even joined the church. Number 2, the community doesn't have a big field. So in case there is any event, maybe a wedding, or they have a function and they need many people, they usually use the school. We also are blessed with the hall. They come and they use the hall. And also when they need some transport, we also offer them our school van, and they can be able to use that van to go and be able to reach other people. And then the other part is making movie. I have made movies from the book of Hebrews and the book of Job and the book of Acts of Apostles. So using the movie, I also gather the youth around, and in the name of coming to act, we also have time to talk with them and share with them. And therefore, it is really contributing a lot to the community as we are speaking like this.
George has been a great inspirational and motivator of all this progress, and he's to be congratulated on the exceptional planning and designing of Kingdomsons. The building of Kingdomsons has been a great joy to me and my friends and here in Perth, and we have been blessed by many generous people who have contributed to the buildings of the school. What we need now, because of recently the Kingdomsons has been designated as officially as a secondary school. Of course, we're going to need more teachers, more rooms, computers, laboratories, and everything that goes into secondary education.
Well, for every vision, there are challenges. We've gone a long way. It has not been easy. Unfortunately, I should be able to say that the government of Kenya, I'm not undermining my government, they only pay examination fee to the candidates. Apart from that, they don't supply anything to the private schools. So that means everything right away from the buildings, to the transportation, to the salaries, to the other things, we need to be assisted. Let me begin with the pupils. As I said, this school is a product of clashes. And when people realize that this is a Christian school, they have been able to come and they bring their children, some of them orphans, some of them vulnerable. And we have had nothing to do but just to receive the children. So I have over 100 children now, which we are supporting. We have well-wishers, people come in and support us.
We have been the only support the school has had. There are no organisations funding us, just Edna, myself, and a group of friends, faithful friends, who little by little we bought one piece of land after another as the funds came in, and then we started on the buildings. And it was quite wonderful to see the way the funds would come. Just as the next step was ready, then the funds would come. So that's the way it went until what you see today.
I want to appreciate so much those ones who have been helping us, but it's not enough. We have to cater for their food, we have to cater for their clothing, just everything. We have to go to cater for that. So we have those kinds of children, orphans, and those vulnerable from poor families. Coming to the dormitories, we don't have enough rooms because we have got many children who are supposed to be staying. They are not enough. Actually, we need almost 2 extra dormitories as I'm talking like that. We need beds. Our beds are very old. And the beddings too. Coming to transportation, we have got small vehicles like these ones, but we need, and some of them are old. Actually, all of them are very old. So you understand what it means to maintain and to use an old vehicle. It's very expensive. We've got opened up a door and we got a good bus for transportation. That will be very, 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 very good. The education system of Kenya has changed. They have added us almost 4 classrooms. So our children are going to run up to grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. And as I said, the government will not be able to help the private schools. So that means for me to maintain pupils in this school, I need to extend the land on which we can be able to build other classrooms, the 4 classrooms that will help us to move on better. So we need land. On that land, we need buildings. And I'm happy that most of our neighbors are willing to release the land. Actually, I have 4 already who are saying, Pastor, Director, if you have money, we are ready to move. The kind of education that is now coming in Kenya is much practical. So that means if we get more land, we shall be able to do agriculture and other engineering faculties, that because they're upgrading all the schools to begin to do even college work.
We're praying that we will be able to have people who will contribute to this next phase of Kingdomsons Academy and be able to help us build what is needed for this very exciting extension of the program that we have been involved in over all these years.
Edna and myself and most of our donors are now in our 80s, and we feel we need to receive help to complete the school. We need other people to come on board for us because there are still many needs that Kingdomsons Academy has. Number 1, to complete the secondary school. Number 2, the secondary school needs resources. Number 3, they need computers. Number 4, there's further need for educational resources. Number 5, we need really skilled secondary teachers, and that's just to name a few. There are many more.
For now I'm speaking, I have almost 21 workers, and it's very expensive to pay salary for those people. So my prayer is, if God touched somebody to sponsor a child in this school, even $1 per day, that means $30 per month, it will be a big step.
Whoever would desire to be part of this, you will be so thrilled to see how things just keep happening.
And also, if somebody can be able to stand in and even support the teachers, just support the teachers. Even if you supported that teacher with whatever God can be able to put in your heart, I'll be able to pay the salaries for the teachers so that I maintain same teachers, other than having teachers coming in, going out because they are looking for green pasture.
As we have no main sponsors behind us, we rely on people who are touched to contribute. We have a child sponsorship program which has monthly fees, which is a great help to the running of the school.
So I just want to thank you, Pastor George, and the teachers and staff at Kingdomsons Academy for your dedication to the children in the school and for the spirit of excellence that is evident by the overall achievements the school has made in the district. I feel privileged to be just a small part of it. We thank you.